Sunday morning. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome to Canyon Hills Presbyterian Church's Sunday School. As you can see, I am outside and I am actually in my backyard. I thought I'd come out and just show you how beautiful this Sunday morning, some of the beauties that God has made, the beautiful mountains and trees and flowers. It's just beautiful out here today. One of the things I wanted to show you is kind of something that we're doing while we're home, because we're all home a lot right now with the COVID-19 going around. And because we're home, we're probably all looking for things to do. Well, we put in a garden. I don't know if you guys can see. You can see the garden right there. And we just started with 1 tomato, 1 basil, and 1 sage. Well, basil and sage are herbs, and I'm sure you guys know what tomatoes are. Well, red, we planted the little tiny ones. So I'm going to take you over here. Let me back up a little bit and see how big it is. This is something we've been working on. It was actually bigger, and we had to cut it back because it was getting in the way of the puppy dogs running around. So we had to cut it back. It is actually taller than I am. This is 1 tomato plant, and I've never had one get so big, and it has so many yummy tomatoes on it. Because when you grow them yourself, you can wait till they're really ripe to take them off. So we're going to come over here, and I'm just going to show you. See how big it is? When I stand up, you can see it behind me because it's so large. But I'm going to bring you over to the side because I come out every day and I pick tomatoes and I give them to family and friends. We share them because we're getting hundreds of cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes are the little ones, about that big. So, but they're so yummy because you can cook with them, and we can put them in salads, and you can just eat them like popcorn. I just like to eat them. So I'm going to take you over here. I'm going to kind of crisscross over. Whoops, I got my hand there. And I'm going to bring you down over here and just tell you and how many tomatoes are on there. So it's like we could never eat that many tomatoes, but we certainly can share them, which is really fun because then other people share what they're growing. Some people are growing zucchini and cucumbers and broccoli and cauliflower and green beans and all kinds of things. My dad used to have a ranch, and he would grow just everything, and he would walk around to all his neighbors and make sure everybody had tons and tons of fruits and vegetables, because he also did cherries and apricots and nectarines and just everything, figs, anything you can think of. So now I'm going to walk back here and I'm going to show you. I have an avocado tree right there behind me. That's my avocado tree. We have 2 of those, and we have a nectarine tree too. Or I'm sorry, we have mandarin tree and nectarine. And hopefully in a couple of years, the avocados will get big enough so that we will get some on the tree. The nectarine has been producing, so we get mandarins. I get confused. Mandarins on the tree, so we're able to eat those. So now I'm going to come around here and I'm just going to show you those beautiful mountains again, because you know what? These are what God made. God made these beautiful, beautiful mountains and all this beauty that is here that we get to enjoy. So I just thought I'd bring you in my backyard and show you what we're doing this summer. One of the things we're doing, we're also just working on the yard, staying home a lot, which I'm sure a lot of you are doing. Hopefully you're trying some of the games, which I've got 2 games today you're going to like. They're fun. The art we've done, the science projects with the volcano erupting in the background, which was a lava lamp, which was really fun last week. So I just hope that you are finding new and exciting things to do that are fun, and you learn by them, but you have fun too. So I get to do the story today. I'm very excited. It's kind of a sad story, but it ends happy. And I think you're really going to like it. So from my backyard to maybe your backyard, maybe your bed, maybe you're sitting in the den, maybe you're sitting in the pool watching. But wherever you are, welcome. And I'll be back in just a minute. Bye. Okay, I'm back with our story. Like I told you, it's kind of sad, but it has a happy ending. It's a story about a mother, and her name is Rizpah. Very, very long time ago, all her sons, and she had many, they died. And it made her very sad. Have you ever been really sad before? I know I have. What makes you sad? Does maybe being told no, you can't do something make you sad? Or maybe you've had somebody die in your family. That can make you sad. Or one of your pets can die. That can make you sad. Different things can make us sad. But for Rizpah, it was because her sons had all died and she was sad. This week, actually last week, I did something that has made me pretty sad. We all have our parents who tell us things not to do. Now, when we're little, really little, and you probably don't remember, we will tell our children, no, don't touch the stove. It can be very hot. If you have a fireplace, we'll say, no, don't go there. The flames, they can burn you. Or slamming a door. We're very careful to say, no. And when you're little, this is very upsetting. It can make you very sad. Well, this week, I did something that I knew I shouldn't probably do, but I was trying to do something fast. I was at the office at the West Campus Church, and I was trying to hang a poster. Well, I was in a hurry, and instead of remembering what my mom had said many, many years ago, that you don't stand on chairs. Chairs can flip you off. Chairs can they don't hold you very well. You know, chairs are meant to be sat in, not to be stood on. But I was in a hurry and didn't listen to what my mom had told me when I was much younger. And I stood on that chair and I was reaching very high in the corner to make sure I could get that poster up there all the way. So when I'm in there, you guys can see it. Well, it didn't go as planned. Before I knew it, my foot had slipped and the chair I was standing on like this had gone like this. And what it did is it threw me into a whole nother stack of chairs that I fell down. And at that moment thinking, okay, I've got this, I'm not gonna fall anymore. Well, that wasn't true. Then the chair that I had been standing on that had done this had now thrown me this way. So I hit the chairs and I went down and I hit both my legs and I hit my bum and I hit my head. And while I was there, because when we're in the office and there's more than just me, we wear our masks. And you've seen me, I wear my hat and my glasses so I can see. And Miss Laura Kidd, Hannah and Drew's mom, was in the office and she heard this horrible commotion and me scream because I was going down. And my hat flew off, my glasses flew off, my mask flew off. I hit the ground so hard. And Laura came running over to see if she could help me. But I hurt myself pretty good, so I was like, I'm going to sit here just a minute. So when I did finally get up, I was happy that I did not break a bone, I thought. But I hurt pretty good and decided it was probably time for me to go home.
because everything hurt a little bit. Because when you fall, if you're on your bike or you're on your rollerblades or you just run around, have you ever fallen and you don't even realize sometimes that you've hit different spots? Here's my new bruise from that fall. I got a bruise. But sometimes you skin both your elbows and you didn't even realize you hit both your elbows. So for me, I just knew I hurt. I didn't listen to my mom, who said don't stand on chairs. I should have went and got a ladder or a step stool to stand on, because those are made in the shape of a triangle. The legs come out so it holds you. It's made to hold you. So I didn't listen. So I went home for a couple days and I was in a lot of pain and mad at myself, because I didn't listen, I was sad. I was sad because I didn't listen. Now there were things I couldn't do, and I was in more pain than when I fell. So I finally decided I needed to go to the doctor and find out why I was in so much pain. So I went in and they did an x-ray and they found out, if you've ever heard of this bone, it's called your tailbone. It's at the very end of your spine, and I had fractured it. I didn't break it in two, but I put a cut in it, a nick in it. And so that makes it very painful for me to sit, to drive. If I stand too long, it gets sore, to lay down, and there's nothing you can do for this. So not only this is the one bruise I can show you, I have bruises all over my legs and bumps. I fractured my tailbone. So now I am sad because there's a lot of things I can't do right now because it hurts too much. And the only way for it to heal is for me to rest. Well, resting, I usually like to sit or lay down, but that is not how this heals. They say standing, basically. So I have to stand a lot. But I was sad. I made myself sad because I didn't listen. So I know sometimes we make ourselves sad because we don't listen. And that was like Rizpah. She was very sad, and very, very sad because her sons had all died. But one of the things that made her very, very sad was that there was never a service. They never said goodbye to her sons. So King David said, we need to have a funeral. We need to have a service. We need to say goodbye. So when they did, she felt so much better. She was still very sad. But through God and talking to him in prayer and through people caring about her, she got better. So a lot of times when we're sad, if someone dies or a pet dies, or even because I'm hurt, sometimes you get hurt and there's things you can't do. And sometimes it's your own fault. It was my own fault. I didn't listen to my mom and I stood on a chair and I got hurt. So a lot of times when our parents are telling us something, they know because they've been hurt. But to talk to God, and I've talked to him, I've prayed, and I've said, I'm sorry, I didn't listen to my mom, and I fell and I hurt myself. But I hope through God, he helps me, and he does. He heals me. I don't heal overnight, but I am getting better, which makes me happy again, because I know that I have talked to Jesus and I have said I'm sorry, and sorry to myself because I did it to myself. But also when we get our feelings hurt or we hurt a friend, we can be sad. Sad can be very, very sad, and a little sad that'll be fixed in a little bit. Like a friend saying, I don't like you today. I don't want to play with you today. And the next day, you're my best friend. So that sad's gone very quickly. When somebody dies, it's a little harder to get over that sad. But we pray and we talk to God about it, and we know they're up there with God. makes us feel better. And we remember all the beautiful things about that person. It just makes us feel good. Or our animals. I've had a few puppies pass away because they got very, very old. But I have pictures and I have so many funny memories of my puppies I just loved. So this is kind of a sad story, but a happy ending, because we can always talk to God. Last week we talked about the unraveling. That's kind of the theme that your parents are hearing from Pastor Lisa. So being sad is kind of an unraveling. We're sad, we don't know where these pieces go. But when we talk to God and we listen through his stories and his word and how much he loves us and he is always with us, then this unraveling can go back together. He puts us together, he puts us together so we can pray and talk to him. So I hope you really liked that story and it really touched you the way it did me. I'm getting better. It's only been 1 week. They said I have to go 6 or 8 weeks to get back to where I was, but that's okay. Because now I know that I'll never do that again. Sometimes we have to learn the lessons the hard way, and I did. But I'm healing, and I'm talking to God, and I know that he did not leave me because I didn't listen. And I came and I said, I'm sorry, and I'm listening now, and I won't do that again. So now you get to hear your music. I can't really dance to the music, but I can move my arms. I can move my arms, but my tailbone doesn't want to dance right now. So you guys have fun dancing, and I'm going to come back with 2 fun games that you can do at home, and you probably have everything there, so you don't have to go buy anything. So I'll be right back.
1, 2, 3. From my heart, with all my soul, from my mind, with all my strength. 1, 2, 3. Ah!
Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham.
Okay, and then when I count to 3, we're gonna jump up all together as high as you can. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
With all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might, with all my strength, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might, with all my strength. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I will love you, Lord, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, and with all my B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. Give me a B. Give me an I. Give me a B. Give me an L-E. The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. I stand alone on the Word of God, the
Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the story and the music today. It's really fun, and I'm hoping by the end of August that we can all sing together on Zoom and put that up in church. That'd be really fun. So make sure you're singing and practicing those songs. So I have a game. Red cups. A lot of us have red cups or blue or green or summer cups, but they're the big plastic cups like this. And there used to be a game called Minute to Win It. And I don't know if you've all seen that, but what we do is you play a game and you have a minute to do it. This one I think is fun to do against somebody else's time, or you can do it at the same time. So what we're going to try and do is I'll show you it, and then I'll try and play it. So we're going to put 4 cups. We're going to make like a pyramid. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. And you put them as close as you can together because you want to make sure it's going to hold the next row. So you put them up like this. There you go. And you got to make sure you leave room for the next one. Like that. Like that. So this is what you're trying to make in a minute or less. You're trying to do it faster. So what you're trying to do is make it so that the next person hopefully goes slower than you do. So, okay, I'm going to try and do it as fast as I can. And I'm going to be doing it sideways so that you can see. So I'll see how fast I can do it, because when you're doing it fast, you're not always paying attention to how close you're getting them. So, okay, here I go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, as fast as I can. All right. We gotta get it back up there. And there we go. Okay, so what do you think I did? About 10, 15 seconds? But the fun thing, and I've seen people do this, they can do it really fast, so they can clear them back off. So you kind of, I do it this way, but I've seen kids do it really fast where they can just do it really down. So that's a fun game. And it's fun to time because you can time yourself. You've got your watch or a clock, or maybe mom or dad will time you and you do it, and then maybe your sibling does it. Maybe you do it on Zoom with some of your friends so that you can each time and see who can do it the fastest. Because you got to pay attention, because if you get them too far apart, because I'm not paying attention, that's not going to want to stand. So I'm wasting seconds on that. So that's a really fun game. Now here's one that's even a little bit harder with apples. Now, I have the small apples. I just happen to have these because these are what I like to cut up and eat. And I'm going to take 5 of them. 5 apples. And make it just a hair easier, I'm going to take the little stem off. So that makes it a little bit easier. And what you have to do is try and stack them. And they have to stay that way for like 2 seconds or 3 seconds before you say you're done, because they might fall over. Okay, so I've got my apples right here. And I'm going to try stacking them as fast as I can without them falling over. So let's see if I can do this, okay? Because here's one that's kind of cockeyed, so I'm going to kind of, you can do either way you want. Let's see, maybe if I do it that way, okay. Let's see. Sometimes, I got 3. Okay, let's see if I get number 4 on there. You can do top or bottom of it. It wants to fall over. You can kind of feel it. I think let's see. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, they don't want to stay up. Okay, a little harder than I thought. Okay. The other thing is, I know to make it harder is use one hand. You can't use the other one to make it balance, but because the first time I've done this, I'm kind of using them both. Let's see. And you might check and see. Let's see. This apple seems to be the one that sits the flattest. So let's see. Oh, I got 2. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can get that third one on there. Right now I'm using that second hand. I know when you're really racing, you're not supposed to, but I'm going to try. Because they're kind of, see, it's not straight. So if it's not straight, maybe this one would go better. Maybe I don't time myself. I just see if I can do it. Have you ever seen somebody do this with rocks? It's very cool. And they get the rocks to balance at different angles. Where I walk, somebody does it just out on the big rocks. They stack up little rocks all the time. So it's kind of like going to a museum of rocks. I get to see how they stacked them. Okay, I've got 2. I did get 3, but I don't know if I can get more than 3. Okay, I got 3. Now I'm just going for being able to do it, not even timing myself. Oh, 4. Okay, what do you think? Do you think I can get 5? Do you think I can get this last one on there? I don't know. Because you don't want to shake the bottom ones. Whew, I did. Not for very long, but I did. So that is another fun game with apples that you probably have at home. You might have larger apples, which would probably be easier, but you can time yourself or just try and stack it, see what you can make. So I hope that this week you go forward, and even if you're sad, really sad, that you will talk to God, because He is your hope. He is a light at the end of your tunnel. He takes your unraveling and He puts it back together. He is always there for you. He is always there. He will always listen to you. He loves you no matter what. I made a big mistake this week, and I said I was sorry, and He forgave me. He was always there. He doesn't leave us. He loves us. Now, all of us make mistakes? Yes. But by making a mistake, we can say we're sorry. And when we're dreadfully sad, that's when we really need God. We really need to talk to him and tell him how sad we are. Just like Rizpah, she was so sad. But then King David came and made it better. And talking to the Lord, he showed King David she was sad, and they all heard how sad. But by going and being there for her, like God is always there for us, that she was still sad, but it made it better to know that people were there, and they had a service for her sons, and they remembered each one of them. That makes a mother very happy. So when you're sad, no matter why, talk to God, talk to mom and dad. Sometimes they can help you get through that sadness. They can help you to understand why you're sad. And maybe they're sad too. So sometimes when you're all sad together and you talk about it, it can make things better. You can have wonderful memories and pictures of someone who may have passed, or just a friend who's made you sad, that the next day maybe you guys can make up. So I hope this week that you go from unraveled to praying and talking to God, because he is your hope, your light at the end of your tunnel. Have a fabulous week. Stay well. And what do I always say? Tell mom and dad, thank you. Thank you for everything you do for me. Bye till next week.